All right, first graders, when you go through the drive-thru today, you are going to need two things. You are going to need a messy mat and a white piece of paper. When you get back to your seat, if you notice you are number 3 on your stool, you are the supply manager. You are going to need to get the paint trays for your table, as well as 4 brushes and water. When I measure out water, I do not go over my top finger. So 4 fingers of water. Back at my seat, I need to take a pencil. The first thing I do is always the same. I take a pencil and I write my name. Miss G, 1S. That's your first grade code, first grade steel. I'm then going to flip my paper over and I'm going to be laying out tape to create rectangles and squares. To measure out my tape, I'm going to measure out a long tape slide, cut it at the bottom, and pass it to my neighbor. My neighbor will measure out their long tape slide, or I can always ask for help by raising my hand. My next step is I'm going to cut from my tape slide and lay down pieces of tape either horizontally, side to side, or vertically up and down. It is up to you. But before I tape something down, I always stick it on my clothes a little bit to get some lint or to get a little bit of that sticky off of my tape. If I forget that part, and next week when I go to peel my tape off, I could rip my paper. So make sure when you are putting your tape on your paper, you're always putting a little bit of lint from your clothes on the back of the tape. So I can lay out vertical, up and down lines, or horizontal lines, side to side. I am using my tape to create the shape of either a square or a rectangle. I can create as many shapes or squares and rectangles as I would like. Some might be small, some might be big. It is up to me. I am the artist today. All right, any extra tape can go in the garbage. And now I'm ready to paint. Today I have all of the rainbow colors on your trays. I am making kind of a little art test for you. Today we are only using the primary colors, red, yellow, and blue. But I also have those secondaries, purple, orange, and green. I'm trying to trick you. Don't let me trick you. Only use the primary colors. So to paint with my primary colors, today I have my brush wet, and my ballerina brush is dancing on her toes across my shape. No one would ever pay good money to see a ballerina scoot on her bottom like this. Ooh, that hurts her toes. It is not good for my brushes. A ballerina brush always dances on her tippiest of toes. I am going to fill each of my shapes with the primary colors. And I have my messy mat here to save me a little bit of cleanup time. If a little bit of paint gets on my messy mat, it's no big deal. If a little bit of paint gets on my hand, I can just use a blue rag to wipe it off. When I have filled in all of my boxes with the primary colors, I am going to carry my painting flat like a lunch tray over to the drying rack and go as low as I can go, and then get out my sketchbook.